Damn, that sounds good and easy to eat, right? Like, is it?
Yes.
Oh, now is it crunchy or soft?
It was soft. It was like pizza dough kind of for the cone part, and then just like taco. Oh my gosh, guacamole, cheese on top. Oh, it's so good.
Damn, that sounds good.
Can you get fried chicken and mashed potatoes in a cone?
Oh my gosh, I hope so. The menu is kind of overwhelming, so I was just like, I don't know, like this one looks good. So I'll have to go back and check it out and see what other things they have in the cone menu. That'd be good though.
Damn, now I'm thinking, what else can we eat in cones aside from, ice cream?
I mean, everything. I like Dino's idea of like maybe like a turkey dinner. It could be like courses. You could have turkey on the top and then like eat through, and then you get the mashed potatoes and the gravy, and then the cranberry sauce, and like at the bottom there's pumpkin pie.
A cornucopia?
Oh my gosh, yes.
What if you change it up and you don't tell people what you've changed? Like you get a little surprise mac and cheese, like right in the middle, and you don't know what's going to happen. Oh, man.
Spaghetti and meatballs in a cone.
Yeah.
Yes. It's kind of like that Portlandia. We can pickle that. Have you guys seen that one?
Oh my god, yes. Finally someone that has made a Portlandia reference.
Oh my gosh. No, on Beyond the NFT with Roots, it was all I could do to not make cacao references. If you know, you know.
Yes.
Oh my god. That would have just been bad though.
Oh my gosh, so funny. Well, hello. Hey, Stoney's here! And hello, Billy and Fred Arm. Thank you for joining the space. And hello, everybody in the band room. It's great to see everyone. Welcome, Central Verse. First time in Decentraland. Great to see you. Just saw Stoney shred at Meta Party. Let's go.
Stoney killed it at Meta Party. How are you, Stoney? I've been following you around for the last hour. Maybe he's like still setting up, trying to wind down from the set.
There you are. I muted myself on accident. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Hell yeah. Thanks for coming over to the Meta Party headquarters. That was my first time around. I've been homies with Resonator for we both joined around the same time, I believe. So he was one of my first people we used to hang out with in the day, over at the Wonder Zone. So it was cool to come full circle and rock it over there.
Yeah, definitely. There's so like basically it was like bringing back the old school vibes.
Totally. We had Gene Simmons in the house. It was cool.
Yep. Did I see Roots in there at Meta Party too? Maybe.
I didn't see him, but I don't see everybody all the time because I use the same computer to stream to be in Decentraland. So my stuff be acting crazy sometimes. You see everybody, so it's possible that he was there and I did not see him.
It do be like that sometimes. And so, yeah, I see that kind of True Band Room filled up a little bit here. If anyone would like to listen to us on Twitter, we are like actively on a Twitter space. If not, just enjoy listening at True Band Room with your auto dance. Just auto dance the night away.
And the link to the space is on the back wall, along with all of Stoney's info and the link to his mythic wearable, which I think there's only like 4 in total of all the pieces left. Maybe?
Yeah, the Infinite just bought the head, so there's only 2 feet and 1 top. So
Damn. How exciting.
Oh,
Well,
I know.
congratulations.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, and thank you. Picked it up. Mad love for the support. I really appreciate that. Like, it means a lot to me. It really does. And I love seeing my creations getting rocked out there. See people out fucking shit that I work on. It's super cool.
I love it. This wearable is incredible. So I don't want to, because I wanted to ask you about it in more detail, but I don't know if we want to jump right into that. Or Sin, do you have
Yes.
more of a structure?
Yes,
head?
yes, jump. Because I was gonna jump right into it if it wasn't you.
Perfect. So, okay, can we talk about the design behind this mythic wearable?
Yeah, for sure.
Like what inspired it? How long did it take? What was the process like?
Well, honestly, what inspired it was that first mythic helmet that I put out, which was my first wearable that I made myself, which was me like basically just happy that I made something that functioned in Blender, and that was about a year ago now. So it's kind of like version 2.0 of that, like, you know, me with more skills in Blender now. So that's kind of what's the jumping off inspiration point of it. And originally I planned on dropping it for Fashion Week, but I was more focused on sultry stuff for Fashion Week because I just felt like that whole theme of Fashion Week and was more like, I don't know, you know, more crucial to have out there at the Metaverse Fashion Week. And I thought mine was cool. And I also didn't want to rush mine. I was focused on getting hers out, was my top priority. I didn't want to rush this one. So I worked really hard before that, almost had it done, and then decided to retexture it and just like start with all the texturing and like really take my time. So I just put it on the back burner and took like a month off. Came back to it a week before I dropped it and messed with it a few hours a day, like to the point where I was happy with it, and then dropped it, and I was super excited. I wanted to make could have not a huge fan of skins. You know, some skins are cool.
Stoney, I'm sorry to interrupt you. You're a little ruggy.
Okay, let me try to go in the other room. This room, I'm on my phone. There's no way to be on Twitter Space on the computer, so my phone is like a little shady. Let's see if this is better in this room. I'll head to the other room.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sounds a little.
Is this any better?
Migrate.
Okay. Tell me if it gets shady again, but it should be better in this room. But what was I saying? I forget what I was saying.
You're kind of mentioning about how the thought about making it a skin came through, but then
yeah, it costs 4 times the amount of mana to publish it this way, and that's why I tried to also put it at somewhat of a reasonable price point to get it, because for me, my stuff is more about just getting out there and for the people who enjoy what I do to have a way to support me and rock my stuff. So my top priority isn't necessarily making mana, although making mana would be nice, and I made some and I'm extremely thankful. But yeah, I didn't want to put out a skin because I'm just not a fan of being able to mix and match and just like change stuff up. I enjoy being able to rock stuff with other creators' stuff and mix and match and just express yourself. I feel like skins don't let you express yourself properly. So that was my thought process behind making it a 4-piece set.
totally. I do agree with that one. Like they don't let you express yourself, or even like support your friends along with the entire skin. I'm seeing like 2 variations of it, like a green version and a pink version. Or is it RGB, or does it go by like the avatar gender?
Yeah, it's there's the female version is pink and the male version is green, and they're basically 2 completely different wearables, which was also the thing that took a lot of time to design. I mean, the girls is pretty much the same from the knees down, but that's about it. Like other than that, the girl version is completely different, and then even the girl version from the knees down is textured different. So it was a lot of work. It was basically like making 8 wearables.
what was like the hardest thing to do? Like out of the this mythic set, like which part did you struggle with the most?
Well, I guess probably the lower body, the pants or the legs was probably the hardest. And honestly, I was just trying a lot of new techniques and a lot of new texturing techniques. So the texturing is probably what I spent the most time on, was just trying to get the texturing how I wanted it with the glows in the different spots and like the wear, because I wanted to kind of look like something that's been through a lot. It was like worn and like not like brand new and shiny, just fresh off the box, like something that had been through like an apocalypse or something. I wanted that old vibe.
Let's go! Kanessa just bought the top.
Oh snap! Did she? Kanessa, mad love, sister, and Kanessa's been a huge supporter of mine from the very beginning. She's got so many of my wearables and have done so much to help me and support me. I got mad love for Kanessa.
It's so awesome. I couldn't resist after I saw everybody walk in with it, because a lot of times, you don't know what it's going to look like until you see it on the
I know. I'm
man.
totally. Me and Sultry are both like that. We're like, I think I like it, but I'm gonna wait till I see it in world. Like, it's funny because it does, because it's a different render engine that renders it in the when you try it on in the marketplace. So the glow isn't the same. Like the lighting's not the same. But sweet, I appreciate it. So there's only 2 feet, and I knew the feet would be the last ones to probably do good, but I contemplated making the feet with the lower body, but I was like, you know what? I don't even like that. I like to be able to switch up wear my different shoes and stuff. So I didn't even want to lock people into having to wear the feet with the lower body. So I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna fucking make the feet separate too. So that's all that's left is 2 feet. That's crazy. Thank you everybody so much for the support. Really, it's crazy that I sold that many that quick. It honestly, I'm like always humbled by the support that I get in here.
Tell me, is it kind of like a bittersweet moment when you like sell out from like an iconic wearable from within your marketplace?
I mean, yes and no. I just enjoy seeing my friends enjoy it so much. It's such a cool feeling to work on something and just enjoy the creative process, and then get to see it come out and get to see other people enjoy it. And it's a really cool feeling. It really is.
I do like how you mentioned earlier that you kind of like your goal is to kind of like make it so your wearables will look good with like other creators' wearables, kind of like complement each other. Like from looking at your marketplace, like and then like of course I like look over to the right and official Cube Man is there. I have to say like this wearable line would match very well with a lot of Cube Man's wearables. Like I know he has that face that like changes colors and stuff,
Yeah,
like
it goes
static.
really good with that face. I should throw it on. It's funny you say that, because when I started this, my goal was to make it work with Cube Man stuff and Kraken Tech stuff, and with the Moon Miner hair from Dapcraft that I'm wearing. That was like my goal, because I don't know, all that stuff just seemed like in the same cyberpunk vein, and so I wanted to be able to use it with any of those, and that was like my goal with making the helmet. I had their mohawks and all that stuff like in mind, and when I published it, I was like, had my fingers crossed so hard that they weren't going to make me hide the hair, because every once in a while, like, you'll have a vision and they'll be like, oh no, you can't do that, or you gotta hide this, or you gotta do this, and so you gotta switch up your vision. So I was ecstatic when they let me keep the hair, because that was one of my main goals. And it's funny you've seen that, because it was totally meant to be with those other collections. So that's cool that you could see that.
Oh, I am a fan of Cube Man's work. and of course I'm a fan of yours. So for me it was just putting two and two together, and it that that made me like smile from ear to ear just hearing that, that was the intention.
Yeah, that's so cool that you've seen that for sure. Yeah, I was stoked when Cube Man got a couple pieces because I was like, hell yeah. And he
Cube
was
Man's
stoked
a
that
legend.
yeah, he made my glasses for me. He was one of the first people I collabed with before I got into making my own wearables. So I was super excited to work with him because this mask that I'm wearing right now, his legendary or his mythic mask, like every time I seen him, I was just like drool over it. It took me a while before I got it, but I finally got one.
So I have to stand still for a second. I'm emoting too much to see, and I'm trying to look up really closely. Are there any Easter eggs in the wearable that we should be trying to find? Because I see like your name.
Yeah, we got my name on the sides of both of the lowers, and the name is on the bottom of the feet, which nobody will probably ever see because you hardly get to see the bottom of the feet. And then I got the little 420 in there because it's a Stony Bot 420. So, like instead of the whatever bot 5,000 or whatever. So this is a Stony Bot 420. And that's about it. I probably should have hidden some more stuff. I'm kind of surprised I didn't try to do that because I'm like that with my artwork. I love hiding like subliminal stuff in there, but those are probably about the only little hidden Easter eggs in there.
All right. Well, I just went up to VIP, so somebody's got to take a photo of my feet.
My feet. I'm not in high def. I'm in low mode so I don't crash. So I can't even see the feet. Let me see. Let me switch to ultrify it. I'm not streaming. So when I stream, I put it on low just to let all my power get focused on streaming.
It's getting proper creepy now. We're talking about feet pics in the band room. So good times.
That's hilarious. Dino's rocking the Biggins feet. There's some feet pics for you right there. The Cube Man Biggins.
I just picked up Cube Man Mohawk too.
Oh, Dino! What up, homie? Yeah, the Cube Man Mohawk goes so good. I'm jealous. He's got the unique little balls that sparkle over the top, so he's the only one that can rock that.
Oh, so much. So I feel like that it's Rustanj that should be making this comment, but I agree with Zom. And I'm sorry, it's just because of the proximity of where I am to where she is, Stony, but I was looking at Sultry's butt, and the behind on the female is definitely, there's more cyber booty going on with the female than there is with the male.
Yeah, that's, because I help Sultry with all her wearables, so I'm very, what's the word? I'm very, I'm very aware that the girls have to have proper booty in DCL because they don't like a flat booty in DCL. Rustan knows that firsthand.
Damn. I want. Any luck on making a male booty yet?
I guess I probably should. Guys like to rock the crazy stuff in here. I'm definitely a little bit more conservative as far as my wearables go. Some people get crazy.
Most definitely. So you had an awesome set earlier at Meta Party, which was, of course, anytime that Stony plays, I have to listen because there is a possibility that Stony might shred. So
Yeah, that's pretty much a guarantee. It's not even a possibility.
so yeah, you already know I have to be there. So making the pivot over to like the music side of things. Could you tell everyone in the crowd a little bit about yourself and your musical background and history? A little bit of history.
Well, I'm a musician as far back as I can remember. My dad's a musician, and my uncles are musicians. So I grew up playing guitars with my uncles and my dad from as far back as I could remember. When they would practice with their bands, they'd give me an electric guitar not plugged in, and I would just pretend like I was in the band shredding. Like I would be at the rehearsal just like pretending like I was shredding over the whole freaking session. So that was some of my earliest memories, is definitely just hanging with my uncles and my dad and playing guitar. And you know, in school I took saxophone and drums and whatever they offered, and I was always you know, interested in anything that made noise. I started my first band in 7th grade, and we used to rock all the music recitals. My music teacher loved me, so she would let my metal band open up for you know, before the school band would play in the auditorium for the parents. She'd let us rock metal music, like 3 songs, so the parents would be like, what the hell is going on? And we used to play the like school rallies, you know. But she got us in everything. My music teacher loved me, so she always let me have fun. So you know, those were always just
Shout out.
What's that?
I was gonna say shout out to the teach.
I know. I'm drawing a blank on her name right now. She was the coolest. Miss Pugh. Miss Pugh was her name. She was the coolest teacher, man.
Miss Pugh! Oh my god, tell me there are like home videos of little Stoney, big little Stoney, little big Stoney.
There we we used to, my metal band was like, we played a lot of kegger high school parties where we shouldn't have had kegs. Like that was our thing. So there are some videos of some of that. I don't believe there's any from my school thing, but there's footage of me rocking crazy ass kegger parties with guys, big old mosh pits and guys going nuts. We used to roll super deep with my metal band. We were like we were pretty crazy. We go take over parties and go just thrash shit. We had fun. I'll put it that way. But so that's where it all started, you know. And then I started playing punk rock. That's how I got into reggae, was through like punk rock, like a band called Bad Brains. They did a lot of reggae stuff, so I kind of got into reggae through them. And then my aunt, who used to sing in one of my bands, she's like a year younger than me, so she was always more like a sister to me. She started dating this guy who was an awesome reggae musician, and me and him like just hit it off. So we used to just always like just blaze mad weed and fucking just jam guitar, and he would teach me all kinds of reggae songs, just all the old rhythms. We'd just sit there for hours and just like vibe and do that whole thing. So all my friends were tripping when I switched over to reggae, because like I was the biggest like metal punk kid. Like everyone was like, what the hell? But I kind of just got sick of all the just like aggro-ness, I guess, in that scene. Like there's a lot of coolness in that scene also, but I don't know, something about, I always say reggae saved my life, because all the guys in my scene were doing dumbass shit and into no good, and just like the scene kind of burnt itself out. So like reggae found me when I needed it. And then I was just, you know, I was lucky enough to get around a lot of older guys in the reggae scene who were like mentored me and just taught me and just took me on tour, you know, that got me out of my small town and made me see how big the world is. And just, it was just a crucial thing to happen at the crucial time in my life. I'm very thankful for reggae music, for sure.
For any musicians or aspiring musicians that are listening, what's kind of like the best tip you can give them on like finding their style, or like, you know, finding their genre?
You know, that's a hard one. It's the same with art. It's kind of one of those things where you just like, you take little bits and pieces from all of the people that you look up to and the sounds that you love. And then after you do that for, you know, some years, because you can't be scared to suck. You're gonna suck at anything you you try to do for a while. Like, you know, you just gotta like stick through the suckiness until you get a little better, and you take influences from everywhere, and it's just naturally, you're naturally gonna develop your own sound or your own style and art just from taking little bits from here and there, I think, you know?
Totally. Dino, take it away.
Hello. I have to ask you, or just so people who might not know, I was lucky enough at one time in my life to live in Long Beach, and I'm curious to hear you tell, because I know that the especially the influences of reggae and punk are very have a lot of roots in Long Beach. Like, how much has the culture in the city, the very diverse culture in Long Beach, like how has that played a role in sort of like the evolution of your sound, especially where you are now? I assume it's played a huge role.
Yeah, I mean, it has. I'm from Ojai, which is like 2 hours north of here originally. And so when I moved down here, I was already into, you know, reggae and punk and stuff, but it was more like just such a cool feeling to know that I was in the birthplace of all that cool stuff. Like when I got here, there was like a nostalgia, like just from going to some places that I heard of and seeing bands that like helped, you know, make those scenes. So, and then getting to work with some of them, and like and then just the main thing for me getting out of a small town and being down here, the main, I guess, push was being around just really good musicians and really good stuff, and having so many more opportunities as far as where you play and what to do. I guess that was the biggest probably push and influence that being in a big city had. You know, coming from a small town, it's easy to kind of be a small town hero sometimes. You know, you could be the best band in your tiny town, like, or the best artist, and it might not be that hard. But when you come to a place like LA or Long Beach, like, and the level of talent around you is just so huge everywhere, it pushes you to really push yourself, I guess. So in that sense, it's probably been the biggest, you know, change as far as, you know, being down here, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally makes sense. I always tell people, like, when they visit, that as big as Long Beach is, and as many people as there are there, it almost feels like a secret sometimes. Like, people who visit the LA area, they'll go to, you know, clubs in LA and they'll visit, or they'll go to Orange County for the beaches. But in Long Beach, you have that great meld of like both of them together, and you have everything right there in Long Beach. You have great restaurants, great clubs, record stores. It's just a wonderful place.
Yeah, I mean, I'm blessed to be here, and I love just the Long Beach culture. The thing about Long Beach that separates a lot of places in you know, LA or Orange County is just the amount of pride that people have. Like, people from Long Beach have mass pride in Long Beach, and it's very cultural diverse. Like, you have every race. Like, you go to the store or to a club and you're going to see everybody partying together. Like, and it's a really cool vibe, you know, because the love for Long Beach is what comes first. They're not caring about, you know, whether you're a hip hop dude or a punker dude or fucking what color you are or whatever. It's just, you're from Long Beach, so hell yeah, you know, they just love Long Beach.
You had mentioned a little earlier about, like, you know, musician coming in, finding what he wants to do, and kind of like embracing the suck. Um, what would be a tip that you could give an individual like that you know realizes that his content could be better? Like, are there any tips on like what to look out for?
I mean, basically, you know, just don't be too hard on yourself. You know, I think as a creative person, as an artist or a musician, you always feel like you could do better, and you're always pushing to get to that next level. And the truth is that it moves so slow, you can't really see until you look back like a year or 2 years. You can't see your progress. So like, don't get so caught up in that. Don't be overcritical, and don't not finish stuff because you don't think it's good enough. Like, just do it, put it out, move on to the next thing, and learn along the way. Just embrace the experience, and the embrace the time that you're just doing it. Just embrace doing it, and don't hate on yourself. You're always you're always going to feel whatever you're doing is way better than what you did before. But then sometimes you'll look back on what you did 5 years ago and be like, damn, that was actually really good. Why was I so hard on myself? Like, you can appreciate it when you step away from things sometimes. So just push on through and enjoy the ride.
Totally. And you also mentioned a little earlier, like, you kind of got out and got to like experience the world a little bit. What are some festivals or concerts that notable festivals or concerts that you performed at?
I mean, I played and toured with so many different acts for so many different years. Everything blends together. But some of my most memorable times is I played Reggae on the Rocks, which is at Red Rocks in Colorado, which is one of the main probably festival places that you could play. Like, it's one of the top tier places. Like, it's a lot of people's goal to play Red Rocks, and it was super surreal when I got to do it. So, playing Red Rocks is definitely one of my highlights. And opening for just all the legends that I've got to open up for in the reggae scene. I've gotten to open up for the Wailers and play with Ika Mouse and play with Marlon Asher, and I played guitar for HR from Bad Brains for years and toured with him, and just all the amazing people that I've met along the way. And when you go into a town on tour as a musician, it's different than just showing up somewhere like as a complete tourist, because you're showing up and you're meeting the promoter who lives there, and they're taking you to the cool places, and then you're getting to vibe with the community and meet people on a whole different level, I think. So I've enjoyed all the dive bars that I played, and I've enjoyed all the huge festivals that I played. It's all a dope experience for sure.
And then you went from playing festivals and performances in real life to kind of starting to play in kind of in the metaverse. Well, how was the transition? Like, was it one of those transitions that you just flawlessly went into, or was there kind of any hiccups along the way that you needed to work on?
I mean, the biggest learning curve was the technical side of things, I guess, because I'd never done live streaming before, and just ironing out the bugs from having good internet to having a fast enough computer to that was the only side that was kind of hard. The thing that made it easy is the fact that I was going live, and that I could, because that's one of the main things. Like, you can practice it in your garage or in your bedroom for hours, but it's not even, you don't even know the energy that you have until you hit a stage and you receive that energy from the crowd. Like, it's such a different feeling to be on stage and to have that exchange of energy between you and the crowd. So that's what I loved about this was, it wasn't just like I'm recording a video by myself in my room and putting it on Instagram, which is kind of awkward. But, I can look in the chat and see people reacting to what I'm doing. I can react to what they're talking about. We can have that exchange of energy. And it's with people all around the world simultaneously, which was just mind blowing to me. And I was instantly hooked, honestly. And I love it. And the other thing that I really liked about it was the fact that I didn't have to drive on a Friday 2 hours in traffic to Hollywood to do a rehearsal, and then turn around the next day and drive to San Diego for 3 hours to play a gig till 2 a.m. and drive home and not get home till 4 a.m. So I could just roll in my studio, do a show, get that energy release, and get that just like release of getting to play my guitar and perform, and then head upstairs to my kitchen and make my son dinner and hang out and watch some cartoons instantly.
Family is everything. So kind of brings me to, you had mentioned earlier that kind of like you've been playing music since as far back as you can remember. Your what was it? Your uncle you and your family members used to give you a guitar to kind of like shred with. Was that the first instrument you've ever picked up?
Yeah, well, my first instrument was probably a harmonica, like my son has right now. That's his favorite probably instrument. So my dad, when you're super super young and you can't even hold a guitar yet, harmonica is always a good one for little kids to play with. Like my son loves his harmonica, so probably a harmonica, but definitely guitar. Like I have early memories. I don't know, I was probably like 3, but I remember, just basically standing on my dad's acoustic on the floor and just banging on it. And then I remember my first guitar my dad got me, it was an acoustic guitar, and I remember sitting in my room. I still have that guitar, which is crazy. So I remember sitting in my room and playing a D chord for hours, because that's like, I knew like D and G, but like it was so hard for me to hold D that I remember practicing that chord for hours and just banging on my guitar till it was all scratched up because I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Hey, harmonica, like father, like son, huh?
Totally.
So how long have you been producing music?
Well, officially, the first time I actually put something out that I produced it's probably been about 10 years, maybe going on 12 years. I'm one of those people that are horrible at dates. Whenever somebody's like, in 1985 in June, I fucking did this, like I'm always like, how the fuck do you remember that? But I've always recorded. My dad records. My dad's into recording, so he would always give me whatever he would upgrade his system, and I would get his old 4-track recorder or whatever it was, so he would pass that to me. So I was making beats super young with like a Casio and a freaking guitar and like a 4-track tape. So but my official first stuff, yeah, came out probably like 10 or 12 years ago. Like, and that's when I got really into it as far as working with other artists and other people. And honestly, between that and Decentraland, like I'm more into that side of things than, I'm still in a couple bands and I still go out and play a little bit, but I'm not pursuing it super hard, especially because I have my son now. I'm kind of over touring and that whole side of it. I'm more into studio work and writing, and I just feel like that's more leaving your stamp like permanently anyway. You go play these shows and it like comes and it goes, but if you work on a recording and put a song out, and then it's it's kind of like it'll always be there in the future, as your stamp of this year at this time, you did this in your musical career. So it's super rewarding, definitely.
Most definitely. And yeah, you're right. It is like you're leaving your mark in music history by, through your creations.
Yeah, definitely.
Which kind of, then would be a good pivot to kind of, opening up the topic for Mo Beats. I have to say, since like the first time you went live at your spot and started trying to like produce a beat right in front of like everyone's eyes, like I don't know, I personally think it's a very pivotal moment in like what you can use like a very pivotal moment in like seeing what you could use the metaverse for, and like how you've taken kind of like community input and put it to like songs. Could you talk a little bit about like the idea behind Mo Beats?
Yeah, I mean, at first I just want to give a huge shout out to you and really tell you how thankful I am for you, because you're the one who pushed me to do it. You know, we did that last Beyond the NFT, and after we stopped, me and you talked for like an hour, and we're just talking about all kinds of shit, and somehow that came up, and you know, you're like, well, let's do it. Come on, do it. Like I've been wanting to do it for like a year, and I've had the idea, and I've been procrastinating. I didn't have the video capture card. I didn't have a server for my land. I didn't know exactly how, you know, I play so many shows every week that I just like get caught up in that. So it was, you know, really you who pushed me to actually do it. So I'm extremely thankful and grateful for that. But yeah, I'm super excited for it. Like I've had the idea for like a year, like I was saying, and it was a little nerve-wracking the first few times, and honestly, the last time I did it, QXG did it last time, which was super cool. My first guest, like I have big plans to get all kinds of guest producers for sure. But the first time and the last time that I sampled Stoney's toys, like I hadn't really done anything like that, and to try to do something in an hour is like a little bit crazy, and I don't want to say stressful, but just a little bit like you gotta fucking watch yourself, and time management is key for sure. So it's a cool experience, and it's definitely pushing me, you know, because when I go in there to make a beat on my own, I'll just mess around with drum sounds for like an hour and do whatever, you know. Sometimes I'll spend 4 hours on a beat. Sometimes I'll spend, you know, 8 hours and then come back and spend 4 hours more the next day. So to try to get something cool in an hour is definitely a challenge, but it's super rewarding, and it's super cool. I love collabing with people. Like I have a couple producers. I work out of this studio 17th Street with my homie Lou a lot, and he's a super awesome, one of my mentors, super awesome producer. But I always love when me and him make something, because it's different than what he would make and different than what I would make, and it only exists because me and him decided to make something at that time. Like if we make something the next day, it'll be completely different, and if we made something the day before, it'd be completely different. So it's, you know, all about the vibes of that second and that time and that energy that you're exchanging with that person. So it's super cool to have input from you guys in DCL and get something that would never exist otherwise. Like the song I have from Roots, you know, he sent me that a cappella, and that song would never ever exist without more beats and without Roots, you know, submitting that. So I have a sample from Roots done. I think I'm gonna try to use this week, and it's a super cool event, and I'm super happy and thankful that it's gone well, and I look forward to making it even, you know, more cool and pushing the boundaries more on what's possible.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely remember our conversation, and you know, I feel like for yourself as as a musician, like you're always going through, like, you know, from venue to venue performing, but I feel like, you know, Mo Beats is something of your own. It's like your legacy that you're leaving in Decentraland, or not even leaving, like you're creating in Decentraland.
Yeah, definitely. You're so true, you know, because yeah, it's one thing to play events everywhere and DJ and do all that, but because I love DJing, but definitely my true passion is beat making. You know, that's if I had my true passion has always been guitar, but it's kind of switched to recording and making beats and producing in the last few years. You know, I still love playing guitar, but I would probably say if I had one thing that to choose from that I'm most passionate about, it's that. So to be able to share that side of me with you guys in Decentraland is super cool, and just, you know, share it with you know, whoever's there is a amazing experience, definitely.
Is there anyone on your radar that you would currently love to have on Mo Beats in the future?
I mean, there's so many talented guys in Decentraland who make music. So I, definitely, Gucci and Buffalo and Sweet and Trax and all the homies, who do their thing in here, I think would be make the most sense naturally to get to watch them do their thing, because we all hear their music and their stuff after the fact. So it's cool to see people's creative process. I think, I enjoy watching people's creative process. Like, I watch videos all the time of producers and I'm constantly inspired. And, even if I pick up one little thing from watching a video, like, oh, that's cool how he did that, or that's inspiring that he took that and went that direction with it. Like, I would have gone this direction, so it was super cool to see QX do his thing. He killed it. And I'm just excited to get more people on there. Buffalo, I'd love to get Buffalo on there. It's like freaking, I think it's like 4 a.m. for him. That's why he's gonna be a hard one. But I'm gonna somehow get his ass to stay up one of these times and come build a beat for us.
Totally. Or maybe even like a Mo Beats Euro edition, like just an earlier time
That's a
for
great
you.
idea. That's a great idea. I would love, because right now it's every other week. I would love if it picks up steam and I can make it happen. I would love to have every other week maybe a guest producer, and we could do that at a different time. And then, every other week I'm still just doing it. For right now, I'll keep it bi-weekly and try to just get the people in that I can. But, sometime in the future, that'd be super awesome. I'd also like to do like maybe some sort of like beat challenge where I get a couple guys in there and we take a sample and we all like chop it up, and then we could see how different everyone's style is and what they come up with, starting off with the same sample, and see what like 3 of us do.
That would be so sick. I mean, just the best thing about like, everything we're doing here in the metaverse is basically, we're just messing around with the process. We're creating the process as we go. So I definitely think that would be an awesome idea to kind of have like a what would it be called, a 3-way battle at that point, or would it be like more of a collaboration?
It's like a beat challenge, I guess. It's just like a challenge, not so much a battle, but like a challenge to see what you do with it, to see what, take an old song and just chop it up and cut it up. And, one guy might make a freaking hip hop beat. One guy might make a freaking house track. One guy might make a, whatever, a future bass track. You just never know what. And it's super cool to see. It's kind of like starting out, telling 3 dope artists to draw a skull. You're going to get completely 3 different skulls and styles, so it's that same thing.
Yeah, definitely. So Shelly, I'm sorry, I've been hogging the mic over here. Do you have any questions for Stephanie?
No apologies. I've been struggling to craft a tweet like a noob. I'm like, why is nothing working? Because I want to tweet that. Well, I'm going to pin it. I'm tweeting it right now so that we can pin that there are only 2 of StoneyEye's mythic 420 cyber feet left.
Cyber feet in the house. I know.
Cyber feet.
Those will probably be a hard sale. I had a feeling those would be the last to go, but
no, they're so fun.
Whoever gets them is going to be holding it hostage for anybody who wants to complete the set. It looks like right. Vinny Piazza bought the feet, so there's 2 feet left. Oh, so there was 3 feet left. Okay, so there's only 3 feet left. 2 feet left now. Vinny Piazza just bought one. Crazy.
Much love,
So-
Vinny. Much love. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I do have a question for Stoney. If you could either create a track or produce something with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Damn, that's a good question. Shoot. God, I got to think really hard on that. I mean, shoot. I mean, I'm going to have to probably go with King Tubby, which you guys probably don't even know who he is. But King Tubby is the pioneer of dub music. He's the... Okay. That was Sultry. Say hi, Sultry.
Hi.
Hi, Sultry!
Hello.
So, yeah, probably King Tubby. Bye, buddy. I love you. Be a good boy.
Hi.
Oi.
I'm gonna bring him. I'm dropping him off. Come back.
Okay. We got date night tonight coming up here in a little bit. She's gonna drop a little Stoney off at the cousin's house. But okay, so King Tubby. King Tubby is the pioneer of dub music. He is a freaking genius. He's the one who turned the mixing board into an instrument. He made his own mixing board. He made his own reverbs. He made his own delays. He pioneered the style of dub remixes. And the Scientist was his mentor, or the Scientist was his protege. And the Scientist was my mentor. I got to tour with him and do a lot of recording sessions. And he's the one who taught me how to do dub remixes. So the Scientist is a huge influence and just a all-around really good guy and a good friend of mine. But so I would like to go back to his mentor, which would be King Tubby. If I could produce a track with King Tubby, that would be my ultimate goal. But he's dead, so that will never happen. But if it could, that would be my ultimate goal.
Rest in peace, King Tubby. And I mean, I thank you for even sharing that. Like, that is incredible how, like, one of the people that learned under him is an individual that you learned from.
Yeah, I was super blessed to get to work with the Scientist. All the guys that I came up with in the reggae scene, I came up with a lot of OG legends. I got to tour. I was in this band with a lot of guys who are super old school heavy hitters straight out of Jamaica, and they're super rude boys. They're not easy. They're tough on you, and they'll fucking, if you're sucking, they'll let you know it. But like I said, sometimes you need that little kick in the ass, like especially as a young punk kid who just thinks they know it all. Sometimes it's good to be humbled.
I love that. Go ahead, Shelly.
I was just gonna say, Billy T. Coin said he knows King Tubby, hell yeah, and that Scientist is amazing too.
Yeah, Billy T. Coin, he knows his OG music. That's why I love Billy T. Coin. He's got mad. Dino too. Dino's another one who I connect with heavily because of their music knowledge. Sweet too. Sweet, all the guys. You know, Sweet's an old sound boy, so he came up in the reggae scene, in the old school dancehall vibes. So me and him have a kindred spirit in that for sure. I have mad love and respect for Sweet.
So we do have a few minutes left. Would like to open up the speaker panel for anyone that would like to ask StoneyEye any questions. We don't want to, go too far past because Stoney's got date night tonight.
Thank you guys
Take
for
it away,
having me.
Vanessa. Go ahead, Stoney.
I was just saying, thank you guys for having me. I was gonna say that while we were waiting for somebody, but what you got, Vanessa? What you got, sister?
Oh, it's just fun to raise my hand. It feels so appropriate, to raise your hand and wait to be called on. But I just gotta take the room back to November 2021 Parcel Party. That's the first time I met or listened to Stoney. I didn't meet you, man. Yeah, I was like so fangirl, like, oh my gosh, this DJ's up there, like. But I had just returned to Decentraland. I think I had gone to the MetaZoo party and maybe gone to a couple other venues, and the music scene was like, kind of dance music, lots of energy. And I don't know how I found Parcel Party, because I didn't really know how to, get anywhere, but I stumbled upon it. And then like I'm listening to reggae, and like my songs, like my soul songs are coming on, and I was just blown away by that. And I think it's got to be one of my first few popes. But yeah, like that experience of just listening to you play at Parcel Party, like I don't know if I would be in Decentraland today, honestly, if that hadn't happened, because that was my hook. Like that, Wednesday at 4:20 every week, I knew where I was gonna be, because it's just such a good, like good vibes, good energy, everything. And I just remember like everybody seemed like they knew each other, and it was just, I don't know, it was like such a crazy experience. And I was just like, who are these people? Like how can this happen? Like we're listening to reggae in the metaverse. And yeah, so I just got to put props out that you like made my Decentraland experience, like literally. So thank you for all you do.
I mean, thank you so much for that. Seriously, that means so much to me. Like I love hearing stories of people, being at those early parties and feeling connected, because that's the main goal always at my shows, is to make everyone feel included and feel that good vibes and that good energy, and just bring that one loveness into Decentraland, because like I said, reggae saved me and gave me those vibes when I needed it. So like I feel like if I could pass that on at all to anybody, then like my mission is successful. So I love hearing stories like that. I love hearing people who remember those early parties and just got that energy and that vibe that I was putting off. And thank you so much for all your support. Like it's literally, it's people like you that make me want to keep doing this and just give me the energy to do it. And your support and everybody's support means so much to me. Like I said, I'm always humbled by the love that I get in here, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys so much, for real, from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys.
So one question for you, Stony, and not to put you on the spot, but when Decentraland Reggae Festival?
Damn, I know. It's funny, like we just had Cali Vibes in Long Beach, which is like probably the second biggest reggae festival in the United States, at least. Like there might be one in Europe that's around the same size or bigger. And anyway, so I was, and I went, me and Sultry went, and I was like, how the frick do I get these guys to stream this? Like I need to hustle and make that happen, because I would love to get one of those festivals streamed into Decentraland like constantly. That would be epic as all hell. That would be like such a awesome feeling to get done. And I have connections to a lot of these people, so I need to push and try to make that happen, because they record this stuff and they stream it and they put it out anyway. So like it's got to be fairly doable somehow.
I see Marcus down there in the Fuckboys account hearting like crazy. We got to get you guys connected, because him and Dada Ute have something big coming up. And yeah.
I'm sorry I missed the Dada Ute talking last week, man. I really wanted to be there to connect with him. He's doing awesome stuff. I've been listening to his stuff ever since you introduced me to him, and he's super, super talented and right up my alley. I would love to collab. And then the Fuckboys too. I would love to collab with them. Anybody in here I love to collab with,
Take it away, Dino.
Hello. So just really quickly, I know you have date, but in addition to your music, of course, there's your art as well, which is everywhere. We have it in the band room, on your show apps. But I'm looking at a POAP right now. It's from October 29th, 2021. It was the Stony Metazoo Haunted Rave airdrop.
Oh, okay, that's a special one right there. There's only 100 of those. Those things got grabbed in like freaking, I didn't even get one. It got grabbed in like 2 seconds.
I was standing right by the machine when you announced that it was available. Shelly got so upset too because I was like right there, and I happened to get it.
No, I got it too.
Oh, did you
Oh,
really?
you got it too? Damn.
Remember, there were like 104.
105.
And I,
yeah.
105, and I got number 104 because I was
Oh,
like
jeez.
freaking out. My computer was all slow, and Dino got it, and I was like, "No, you can't have it if I can't have it." And yeah, so I got like number 104. I'll have to look, but yeah, that's funny. Sorry, go ahead.
But no, I was
That's
just curious. Is that one of the first POAPs that has your original art on it?
No, the first POAP that has my art on it is with Altcoin Radio, and it's a very special piece to me. It's this girl holding a delay pedal, which represents just dub music. I'm on Sultry's computer, so I don't know if I could.
Man.
Let me see if I could find it.
Well, if anybody out there has one, I'll make an offer.
Yeah, that's the very first one. It's got a girl. It says StoneyEye on it. She's like it's an old pinup style, kind of like Gucci Toe stuff. What is it? It's Pope.xyz or what? It's not Pope. Where do you see your Pope?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not letting me sign my wallet though. It's like saying some protocol shit. Where the
Pope.xyz. If you're looking on Google, you can scan. You can click on the word that says scan, and then it should like.
Okay. Let me see.
I just looked. I have that one of number 101.
Number 101. Oh, you got 101 of the zoo one.
Yep.
Yeah, that was scan, here it is. Yeah, that was that one went quick. I was sad that I didn't get it. But yeah, I did that artwork especially for that, and I spent a lot of time on that. That was a session right there to make that one. Let's see. So wait, my first Pope it doesn't have my name on it or my artwork, but the first party I played was the Hey Shorty with a promoter called The Party. But that was pretty much a fail because my computer sucked. So my first here, I'm gonna throw this link. It should take you to it. I'm gonna throw this in I'll send it to Shelly and Dino over here. This is my first Pope ever at with Altcoin Radio. I remember this party very specifically. It was the first one. Peanut Butter was there. He took a dope. He went on like a tree like 2 parcels over and got like a dope shot like of the whole party. And back then you could only see like 20 people at a party. That's all it would load, would be like 20 people.
How far we have come.
I know. The first time I seen like 100 people was at one of the MetaZoo parties. I might have even played that one. I can't remember. It was when he had the toga build, and they just switched over to where you could see like 100 people or something instead of 20 people, and like it just felt so insane to be able to see that many freaking people at one time.
Well, there's 218 of you out there who have this POAP, so.
The first one?
Yeah.
Okay, see, yeah, so but that was when you could only see 20 people, so there'd be people in different realms, or there'd even be people in the same realm, but if you'd have to walk to a certain distance from them to see them. So you'd walk, say, to your right, and a bunch of people on your left would disappear, and new people would appear on your right. So that's how it was back then. So yeah, that's the first Pope with my artwork on it is that one. So I've always wanted to do some sort of utility with this one. I haven't figured out exactly what to do, but somehow there's not many people probably who are still around who have this. It was a completely different scene back then. You know, you got PB and Izu probably has it. And maybe like Dirty Bird was around a lot back then, and there's probably a handful of people that are still around. Seafoam, he might have it. Seafoam was around back then.
So sorry, Stoney, this is your first ever POAP?
That's the first POAP with my artwork on it. There's one POAP from an event that I did before that, but I didn't do the artwork on it.
All right, cool. I'm sharing it in the Twitter messages here so everybody can see.
Yeah, but ever since then, I've done all the artwork for all my own POAPs or show apps, which I like doing just because I feel like that's just like giving something to the people that are there that's like personal to myself, you know. But this was an old sticker. This artwork is a sticker that I put out years before. And when I got in here, I just grabbed that because I'd always really liked that art.
That's awesome. So everybody, I pinned it, and it's in the comments on the Twitter space. That's so cool. Dino, do you remember when we first started doing shows and like the success metric for our shows was if Stoney showed up?
Yes. I'd get really excited. I'd get really nervous too. Same with Kanessa. Kanessa always made me really nervous.
I know. Yeah, exactly. She still does. Fuck. She's such an OG.
What?
It's funny.
No, I fangirled the first time you called me out and like wrote my name on the parcel party screen. I was like, oh my god, I exist. Like, oh, I can't believe he put my name.
That's funny. I love trying to like, you know, let people know that I see them. Like, I don't know. It's just that's cool that like, you know, you remember that and that stuck with you, because I feel like that makes it personal. That makes it feel like you're at a live show, you know, when you have that interaction with somebody. So, but yeah, that Zeta and Zoo always made me feel like, you know, like not worthy or whatever. I'd be like, oh, Zeta's here or Zoo's here. I got to meet both those guys in real life, and they're both super fucking awesome. So that's super cool.
I'm over here trying to look for... Oh, I think I found one of them. Ooh, how do I open this? I remember, like, just now you had mentioned you like to kind of do a little bit of artwork and give them to someone that, like, you know, you recognize. And I'm here looking at the like the art that you had made for me, like back. Whew, what do you remember by any chance? I think it was like around January, like right around when the Mew bubble first like released.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. I just, you know, I was just super appreciative to have. I knew you were gonna do big things back then. It's funny. I could feel your vibe, and I seen you grinding, and I seen you bringing value to the community. So like I just I try to just acknowledge that and you know, big up anybody who's doing that in any way that I can. And you know, as an artist, that's one of the few ways that I can just show my appreciation to somebody. So it's super cool to see how everything that you've done since then, and it's super cool that, you know, you have that as a memory, and I have that as a memory, you know, connecting with you back then.
Yeah, totally. And I, you know, just to tell you, like, that right there was also one of the driving factors of, like, what keeps me motivated and keeps me, like, you know, wanting to push in the space and, you know, just helping others as well.
Awesome. That's I love hearing that, and like what, you know, what Kanessa was saying about feeling, you know, included and feeling the vibe of parcel parties. Like I just love I love hearing that stuff. It means a lot to me. It really does.
So I do have the art that Stoney had made for me on display at the True Band Room, on the True Band Room screen. It's pretty cool. He also did make another version, which I'm trying to look for, but it's that's not it. Hey Kanessa, when did you say was the first StoneyEye POAP that you got?
She said November, I think she said.
I looked it up. It is. Let's see. This is November November 24th. That's not Thanksgiving, is it? Thanksgiving's maybe a couple days away. But yeah, November 24th. It was like it's a gold coin.
Oh, okay. You got that one as your first one. That I think I have like 2 that I didn't get, and one of them was some artwork of Sultry that I did years ago. So I was super sad to not get that one.
There's one from November 3rd as well from Parcel. Now I'm just gloating because I'm
first
shocked.
one. So that's the first one. So that I meant to give you and Shelly one of those, man. I totally forgot when you guys were here. So I have real versions of those that I spray painted. I have big versions, and then I have these little versions. I did this, like me and Sultry did this thing around Long Beach where for the summer I made all these little cards, and we would go tape them up all around Long Beach for people just to find like artwork in the wild. And I'd leave my Instagram on the back and just say, congratulations, you found some original artwork. So that girl that's smoking, which is actually the girl that's on the Mo Beats flyer, that's why I meant to give you and Shelly one. So next time I see you guys, I got one for you. So I gave one to Gucci, and I gave one to Grizzle Gatsby. And it was super cool to give one to Grizzle Gatsby because that's our first Pope from any Parcel parties ever. So that was like a super cool thing to be able to do.
Yeah, I didn't notice that until I opened it up. That's week 1 at Parcel Party. Damn, yep. I have something that Canessa doesn't have. Holy shit!
You were there a couple weeks before her.
Oh my gosh! But you know what, Stoney's like I didn't. Once I realized like POAPs were just a lot of work to go get and like fight people around machines, I was like, I don't care. I'm not gonna collect POAPs except Stoney's. And so I'd be like, I don't care. But if Stoney's POAP is out, like get out of my way because it's gonna be battle. So if you look at mine, it's all just weed leaves like spinning and twirling.
That's funny. All the ganja leaf Parcel Party themes, all the girls smoking.
There's some awesome ones back here. And I did find, I was fangirling enough that I took a screenshot of the picture of you calling me out. It looks like it was in January, but I posted that up at the top. So if anybody remembers that old build, like that thing was so cool. I hope they bring it back someday.
Yeah, we'll definitely do a throwback at some point. But I'm super thankful for Shelly and Dino and True for taking me on after that stopped happening and that I was able to continue it. I was super sad when that era came to an end, but I was super excited to start the new era at True Bandroom. So
just to flex on Canessa, my first StoneyEye show at Magic Hour was exactly 1 week before, on the 17th.
Oh, you guys are cruel. You're cruel. I'll trade you some L1s for those POAPs.
That was such a cool era back then, It was such good vibes.
Totally. So let's see. We've kept you for about like 15 minutes over. And let's see. Any final questions that you may have, Shelly or Canessa or Dino for Stoney? If not, I'll ask a question. Feel free to say classified. What is the date night looking like tonight? Movie and dinner, or what's up?
Sultry just got back. She's laughing. Just dinner. We're just gonna go do dinner. We don't get out that often. Our nights out are probably like most of your guys' night out. A fucking Beyond the NFT date night or something like that,
I love it. So without further ado,
we're gonna go eat Italian food. It's a bomb place.
I'm jealous.
And I have not forgotten. I owe you guys a date night out because I am going to babysit little Stoney. We're gonna have a party.
I hope you come back to Cali. We'll take you up on that.
Luckily, when you were here, we got to go out.
Yeah, we got to party with you and Dino and Zeta and freaking Mariana and fucking Rustan. musical doc. That shit was epic.
I thought the Mo Beats episode when Shelly just like pokes her head out from the side. I thought that was an epic moment too. I'm still so jealous of you, Shelly and Dino.
I know, I kind of brag about it. I'm like, I got to stay in Stoney's studio. Ha.
That's so awesome.
Where the magic happens. Alrighty, well, don't want to keep you too long. Gotta go out, have some Italian food, don't fill up on breadsticks or soup.
I know, breadsticks and beer.
Before you go, you said something about like art in the wild, and I was like, oh my god, we should do that in Decentraland, like a scavenger hunt for art that you can just claim all around the world, get people running around. So just
Hey, that's a great idea because we have enough homies with land who would, I'm sure, let us host a link, you know, because that's all it is. That's a great idea. Let's definitely think about and work on something like that and get a bunch of artists to donate some stuff. I definitely will donate something.
and then I want someone to record the map and just watch red dots scatter and run around like crazy, because that would just be too much fun. I can't handle it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, because I love doing that in Long Beach. We did it a whole summer. I did I think 8 different pieces, and because I do stencil art, I can do more than one. So I was doing 20 versions of each piece, and then we would just go out and roam the city and just with some tape in the pieces and tape them up on electrical boxes or walls or fucking stop signs, wherever. It was super fun.
Sorry, go ahead, Sin.
I was gonna say I can't wait for a future where StoneyEye blew the fuck up, and some random stranger found some work from Stony from long ago, and it's just sitting there until until that individual puts 2 and 2 together.
I know, right? Shit, dude. Wind blow up.
It's
Rustan
coming,
just
Stoney.
said-
I feel it.
Rustan said, count me in, Stoney. And I don't know if that was in response to the art in the wild, but damn, this is going to be amazing.
I'm sure it was, because that seems right up Rustan's alley. So
I see Scott and Cowboy Tom just came up. We were about to wrap up because Stoney's going on date night. So let's be quick.
I know. I don't want to bust in on the date night, because I know how valuable that time is away from little Stoney, just being a couple again. But I had to say something about the art in the wild, because I've got a couple of projects like that under my belt. Return to Me and the Paper Lotus project, where I would leave art for people to find. Return to Me was, they were postcards, and I'd ship them to people all over the world with return postage, and they'd find the postcards and add something and return it back to me. It's really magical.
that's so awesome.
I want to be involved. It's kind of akin to what I was trying to do with the Finding Whimsy event that I did going on a year ago now. But yeah, definitely count me in. Sounds amazing.
Awesome. I know. I'm thank you for picking up on that and getting your brain working and coming up with that, Shelly, because that is like I said, there's so many amazing artists and so many friends with land everywhere. So it makes so much sense. Let's do it. I can't wait. I'm excited now.
Yeah, count me in. Use my land. I've got lots of land to put it on, and if some of the parcels.
Well, your build is amazing, Canessa. Me and Soldier there the other night. I love all the little photo booths and just so much detail. Your land is something fire, super fire.
Awesome. Well, if you want me to put anything in custom, like Rasta flag or some ganja leaves, just send me some images, and I'll hopefully change it up for the community and be cool. Glad you
Awesome. I'm gonna hold you to that. So.
And Cowboy Tom, did you want to ask anything before we close out?
I missed it, but definitely join me and Stony tomorrow, Monday, 7 Eastern, for another banger.
Let's go. Thank you, Cowboy Tom.
LFG, Tom.
So Stoney, anything we should keep an eye out for coming in the coming weeks? What do you have anything you would like to shout out?
No, my wearable was my last big push or plan to get something out. But just come hang with us on Sundays, every other Sunday, Mo Beats, and help us make some music, and come vibe at the True Band Room. And I don't know, come hang out with Chrono T and Bitfiend and OTR in the mine with us, Zom, the Wonder Zone gang. We're always in there at night.
Totally, yeah. I've been making like some how-to videos, and I'm like definitely like shouting out that portion of the Wonder Mines. Like, yo, if you're new, jump to the Wonder Mines, find a little circle, join it, say hello. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight, Stony. And I hope you have an excellent date night. And we'll catch you tomorrow for MoFi Mondays.
Did I lose you guys?
I'm here. Can you?
I started driving, so my phone might be shaky.
I see. Well, thank you, Stony, for joining us tonight.
No, thank you so much for having me. I love this event, and I love what you guys are doing. So keep up the awesome work, like I know you will. And I look forward to hearing more musicians on here for sure.
And meeting Kinessa in real life.
When
that's our next.
When Kinessa IRL and Sin, what's up? Come on.
Oh, I know. Sin
you guys, you guys, come on.
When's Metaverse Montana? Because then I can meet people there. If I start leaving the bunker now, I'll be out of the mountains in 3 months. So let me know when.
Metaverse Montana. That sounds like a dope event.
Wow, that would be actually really beautiful.
I love Montana, by the way. That's one of my favorite places. I was talking about touring and getting to see the country, and Montana always, you can ask Sultry, I always say Montana is just so beautiful, and something about it I really liked.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Someday it'll happen.
I'll have to get out there and join you at in California real soon as well.
Yeah, hell yeah. I know I haven't been to Florida in a while. It's been a second.
But yeah, thank you, Stony and Sultry. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. I guess a couple shout outs for me. Tune in to Beyond the NFT. Our guest will be Empress Rayon down in the listeners panel. Today I had the pleasure of playing some poker with Empress Rayon for Royal Sundays. That was really fun. I got the opportunity to make her take a shot of coffee and vodka while someone else made her drink some applesauce and hot sauce. So that was an experience.
Damn.
Oh, I'm excited. I'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, shout out Empress Rayon. That's the homie right there.
Yep. So thank you, everyone. I guess I'm done with my shout out. I should take it away, Shelly.
Yeah, just thank you so much, Stony, Sultry. Thank you all for being here. Everybody in the space, everybody in the band room. To everyone in the band room, make sure you check your hidden folders on OpenSea for the True Show app. Dino did the artwork on this one, and I think Stony will approve. And so if anybody is interested in either being interviewed on this space or performing in Decentraland, please send me a DM. We are excited to get more musicians in and onboarded and, rocking in the metaverse. So, and shout out to QXG, because damn, that was awesome last week. I'm so excited that you were able to integrate the Enderman whoop into a beat that like made my life. So thank you.
Yes, that was an amazing event. I'm looking forward to, seeing many more collaborations between like talents. Like, you have Stony, and then you like start out, and then like adding someone else is like just blows the door open for creation, like creation babies to happen everywhere.
Hell yeah.
You know, we're a fan of babies over here.
Wait,
So
does that mean you're
Oh, you got cut off.
You got rugged. What were you saying?
No, I was just wondering if that was like a subtle way of saying of you saying, are you guys having another baby?
Oh no. No, I love babies. I think they're just so special. So creation babies too, Any kind of babies.
Okay, just checking.
It'd be hard to hide that one if that ever happened.
well, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Appreciate the vibes. Appreciate you having me. And I appreciate everybody who supported me and grabbed that wearable. Thank you guys so much. I really, really, really appreciate that.
Yes, 2 feet left. Go get them, guys. I have it linked. And we will, see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Have a great date night, guys.
Awesome. Thank you. Bless, bless, bless.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
This video is brought to you by our Patreon page. Help us grow and keep creating great content by supporting us on Patreon.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. Let's see. I'm gonna shoot the raid over. I see Weka Sui's doing some art, so yeah, let's show Weka some love. Thank you, everyone, for joining the stream. Thank you so much for joining Music Matrix. It has been amazing today. Thank you, guys. Oops, wrong button.